Now that I have my outline done with the pencil, what I'm gonna do, now you can choose whichever of the methods of watercolor you like. I really like, for this project, I like doing the wet on wet method. In other words, remember with wet on wet, what we're doing is we are just painting on the paper with some clean water, that's it. I am gonna make sure that I'm going up to my pencil line, but not over it. So it is gonna take a little time. Don't take so much time though that your paint or your water dries, because then you're not doing wet on wet, you'll be doing wet on dry. If you do go over your line, just push into the image with your finger and make it as dry as you can. You don't have to do the whole thing all at once. So let's just start off with one little section. You'll notice that I'm not doing this on her eyelash. That is because that is such a small detail that I don't want to do wet on that. If I'm doing fine details, we use the wet paint on dry paper, so wet on dry. I am going to do, I think, maybe some red and purple, I think. So I've loaded my paint brush with red, and remember, this is the cool thing about wet on wet, is we have these color explosions. Now, if I go over here and I go where it's dry, it's gonna be different. I just get a little dot, right? So just watch where you're doing this. I think I really do want it to be red and purple, so I'm gonna clean my brush. Remember how we clean our brushes? We do swish, 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 and then we do 4 X's on the sponge. Now I'm gonna put some purple in. I'm loading my brush up with this. I may end up putting a little brown in just to see how that looks too. But you can see it's getting mixed up. And there we go. When I'm ready to move on and do another section, I just take some more water, paint it on. And we're getting a little bit of flooding when we do that, which is fine. And if you have that little splash like I just had over there, that can be okay, because you may choose, like I'm doing, to, I'm gonna end up cutting this out to attach to another background. The way you do this next part is up to you. You can just decide that you're going to paint the background a different color, but you know, again, this is where your creativity comes in and you start to do things your own way.